Tell me about a time when you handled a challenging situation. Tell me about a situation where you have handled pressure well. Cite an example when you have responded positively to change. Well, we all know what these are. These are questions. These are questions asked during an interview, specifically in the HR round, and these all are behavioral questions. Now, why? What is the purpose of a behavioral question? Now, behavioral questions are typically asked at interviews because they allow the employer or the company or the human resources to gauge whether a person is successful at problem solving or not. But also the second part is it provides an insight, it provides an indication about when how a person has reacted in a past situation. Now that in itself is an indication about how a person might behave in future. And I think the current times that we are living in, we are actually facing tough times, we are in challenging times, and I think there would be of course these behavioral questions are not going to go away, but I think they would be much more practical because when we are going to go for interview moving forward henceforth now, I think they would be asking one specific question is, what did you do in the lockdown, or how did you spend time in the lockdown, or to be more specific, how have you invested in lockdown? Well, greetings of the day. My name is Ketan. I am a hotelier. I am a learning and development manager. And this question popped up in my mind, and I'm just using my understanding and my experience to just share my thought process. Well, I think if this question as to what did you do in during the lockdown, if it's asked to me during an interview, I would definitely very confidently and very strongly answer that I was investing in myself and I was preparing for this very interview. And how was I doing that? I think I would very honestly say that I invested in myself by being more mindful. I did get an opportunity much before Corona struck. I was already had invested in myself. I was undergoing further education, and in that, a core topic was about mindfulness. But without sounding too pompous, I think theory is good to know, but what is more essential is the applicability and bringing it down to practicality. And I think the Corona lockdown or the lockdown during COVID times exactly gave me that opportunity to practice mindfulness. Now, how do you reach mindfulness? Well, it is reached through meditation, and meditation is what? It's all about focusing your own mind. I think once when I started practicing mindfulness, there was an unmistakable surge, almost an exuberance of positivity in me, and I think trial and error, but that is how I actually found out that I'm being much more mindful. And how did I do that? Through my daily fitness regime, because I do work out. I could never bring myself to sit at one position and meditate and focus my thoughts. But then I realized over a period of time that as I started working out at home, I could focus more clearly. I could see a surge of positivity within me, and I was overall very much optimistic. And I think therein I realized that that exactly is mindfulness. Now, how did I put mindfulness to use? I think I made some very mindful decisions, so to say. I think the one bigger thing which is clearly evident is about my relationships with my parents and with my family and friends. Though the situations were a bit grim, the situations were a bit difficult because it's been 4.5 months that everybody is locked down at home. You cannot move out, you cannot socialize, and I think those are the exact testing times, and where you are actually put under, where we all rather were put under acute pressure, with not knowing what is going to happen tomorrow. Now, having said that, I think these kind of situation would lead to a lot of emotional outbursts, outbursts of anger, irritations, outbursts, and I think then therein they would lead to a lot of confrontations and tiffs between individuals who are in a confined space, or even who individuals who are communicating and interacting. I think for me, with this positivity, with this focus of mind which I had achieved through mindfulness, I think I very strongly could differentiate between what is the approach I had to take in a particular situation. And the most essential and the most critical part, the critical learning that I learned was all about making right choices. And I'm using a lot of word mindful, but I think it really works because I did make a lot of mindful choices. I just stepped took a step back, not literally but figuratively. I tried to assess a situation, and then I gauge which way I wanted to go, and that is exactly what I have done. And I think I have never, in this busy world, in my adulthood, I don't think so I have bonded with my parents so very well. In a retrospect with my previous life, I think these 4 months really gave me an opportunity to bond very strongly with my parents and to create some absolutely wonderful memories, not just for me but even for them. And I think that is something which really propelled me, not just to focus on my personal side but also my professional side. Yes, I have taken a break from career, and I am not employed anywhere, and that is how would I then focus on my professional side. But like I said, it's all about investment. So I think I invested in myself by making the right choices, about being positive, which I have shared earlier also. Having interacted with a lot of my peers, a lot of them felt there was a lot of hate and negativity which was brewing on the social media. But I think rather than cutting off from social media, I utilized this opportunity to use social media to my benefits. But in order to do so, I could very strongly gauge myself what are the positive aspects which are beneficial to me. I started taking that, filtering out the negativity completely. And how did I start developing or investing more in my professional aspect? Because I think as a trainer, as a learning and development professional, I think the core crux of this profile forms with one essential factor, which is communication. How do you communicate with people? Or the core requirement of this profile is all about communication. And I think with a clear mind, with an optimistic outlook towards life, with a lot of positive thinking, I think it simply opened up floodgates to my hidden talent and passion. Now, all these years, I have always wanted to take up to writing, but the reason, or rather I would say the excuse which I always found, a very convenient excuse which I always found, was that I am not getting any inspiration. But I think during this COVID times, I could reach out with this clear focus. I could very strongly reach out to my inner self to actually feel my thoughts, and just one fine day I started penning it down. And I did not stop over there. I started sharing it with my on the social media, and that is again how I utilize social media with my friends and my family. And it was not, I again chose very strongly to write things about life, or something or motivational quotes. That is something which I have taken up to very recently, which I never thought I could do. And I think that is where the literary part in me, that hunger to write something and again to create something, I think that was that started getting fulfilled, that desire. But I think I did not stop over there with this literary floodgate being opened. I wanted to do something more, so I started taking up to video blogging or vlogging, just like now that I am making this video. And I think that really gave helped me channelize my thoughts and my emotions more in a more constructive and more positive way to all my or to my entire set of audience. But then, did I stop over there? Absolutely not. I think for me, it's all about emerging and creating something once when something has already been achieved. So, one thing again which I realized through my vlogging is that my oratory skills are getting a bit rusted, because somebody who has been when the profile is very strong and almost like in the limelight profile when it comes to employee, and I think this break time and obviously this emotional turmoil that one goes somewhere down the line, I felt that I was better and I could definitely do much more better. And I think so I was looking around, and to cut the long story short, I inducted myself, or I gained membership to a local edition of Toastmasters Club. And I think that is something which is further challenging me, A, to enhance on my spoken skills, B, to enhance on my grammatical skills in English, and C, to get me geared up for being on stage and for presenting. So I think even though when I'm not employed anywhere, even though when I'm not actually working, I have started very constructively to invest in my professional side. And how did I start with investing in my professional side? Because I invested in myself. And I think it is very imperative, and why I'm sharing that, because I'm just trying to connect the dots over here, because having worked very closely with HR, being a part of human resources, I know an employer or basically a human resource professional is wanting to know how is it that the company, if you are the candidate or if I'm the candidate, the prospective employer will definitely want to see how they can A, first what I have done, and B, how they can leverage on my strength to make a more stronger team that they already have. And I think it all stems down from optimism, positivity, and how you handle situation. My purpose again is if this video of mine I'm able to make at least a positive change in one person's life. Most of us are gearing up with this lockdown, but are we actually focusing on what to do rather than getting bogged down as to I have lost my employment, or I don't have a job, or when I will give a job? Are we using this time constructively is what I want to question each one of you. And if you are using this time constructively, how is it are you utilizing this time for your benefit, to have that dream job, to have that employment in future? At this point, I think it is very and absolutely apt to conclude this video with a quote which I have written myself, which goes as, between the trilogy of past, present and future, learn and leverage from your past experiences, envisage your future and be prepared, but do so whilst living in the present. Well, I think that should be all from me. The only thing that I would seek from you is, if you find this video share some purpose and would benefit at least one person, please take a moment and share this video on your wall so that maximum people can be reached, and more than reaching out, maximum people can benefit from this. Well, this is Ketan, your friend, signing off for now. Have a pleasant day. Bye bye.